We're going to learn how to divide when there's decimals in the problem. Let's look at this first problem. I can see that I have a decimal outside the house, and if I have one outside the house, I can't just take the one inside right up. I need to move it, and I move it 1, 2 spots. Whatever I do to the outside, I need to do to the inside. 1, 2 spots, put your decimal there, and then you also want to take it straight up so you don't forget it. Now you want to think about how many times 89 would go into 3, which would be 0, into 34 would be 0, but into 344 it can go in, and it's going to go in 3 times. So now I'm going to take 3 times 89, and I know 3 times 9 is going to be 27, carry the 2, 3 times 8 is 24, plus 2 more is 26. I'm going to go ahead and subtract. I first need to borrow from the 4 and make it a 3. This becomes 14 minus 7, which is 7. This is 3 minus 6, but I got to borrow because you can't do that. So I have 13 take away 6, and I know that's going to be 7. I'm going to bring down the 4 now. I need to think, how many times will 89 go into 774? And I know that it's going to go into 8 times. So 8 times 9 is going to be 72. Carry the 7. 8 times 8 is going to be 64, plus 7 is going to be 71. Now I'm going to subtract. 4 take away 2 is going to be 2. 7 take away 1 is 6. Now I'm going to bring down this 3. How many times does 89 go into 623? It's going to go in 7 times. 7 times 9 is going to be 63. Put the 3 down, carry the 6. 7 times 8 is going to be 56, plus 6 more is going to be 62. Now I'm going to subtract and I get 0, so it came out perfectly even. Your answer is going to be 3 and 87 hundredths. We're going to use the same strategy for this problem where we go over 1, 2 outside, and we have to go over 1, 2 inside. Put your decimal down and make sure it goes straight up. Now I'm going to think about how many times does 61 go into 240. I know it can't go in 4 times, that would be over 240, so it's going to go in 3 times. I take 3 times 61, and I know 3 times 1 is 3, and 3 times 6 is going to be 18. I go ahead and subtract. I first need to borrow from the 4 and make it a 3. This becomes 10, take away 3, which is 7. Borrow from the 2, make it a 1. This becomes 13, take away 8, which is going to be 5. I bring down the 9 now. I think, how many times does 61 go into 579? I know it's going to go in about 9 times. So 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 6 is going to be 54. So I'm going to subtract this and I get 0, and 7 take away 4 is going to be 3. I bring down the 5 now, and I think, how many times does 61 go into 305? And I know it's going to go in 5 times. 5 times 1 is going to be 5, and 5 times 6 is 30. Go ahead and subtract, and it comes out even, where your answer is going to be 3 and 95 hundredths. Let's do one last problem where we use the same strategy of moving the decimal from the outside over 2. I move it over 2 on the inside. Whatever I do outside, I do on the inside. Now I think, how many times does 24 go into 52? And I know it's going to go in 2 times. 2 times 4 is going to be 8. 2 times 2 is 4. I'm going to go ahead and subtract, and I get 4. I bring down the 5. And I think, how many times does 24 go into 45? I know that's just going to be 1 time. 1 times 24 is 24. Subtract, and I get 5 minus 1 is 1, and 4 minus 2 is 2. Bring down the 6, and I think, how many times does 24 go into 216? And I know that's going to be 9 times. 9 times 4 is going to be 36, carry the 3. 9 times 2 is going to be 18, plus 3 more is going to be 21. And I subtract and it comes out even again. Your answer is 2 and 19 hundredths. Remember to use these strategies when you're solving division problems that have decimals outside the house. However many times you move it from outside the house, you have to do it to the inside of it.